Good
the
morning.
same.
Which I might actually inflect that normally.
Good morning.
Buongiorno.
It's Wednesday. We're in Sorrento now. We had quite the adventure yesterday.
Sure did.
Not as an exciting of an adventure as we expected, so that's good.
Yeah.
But an adventure nonetheless. We still haven't explained in detail everything that happened, but hopefully we'll have time for that later.
Yeah.
But back here is kind of, I think, the middle of town. Sorrento, Tasso, something. We are meeting our group to do a tour of the Amalfi Coast today. So we're going to stop in 3 places and spend some time in each. And this was a Rick Steves recommendation. So
Here we are.
I'm sure it's awesome.
Can't wait.
And yeah, we're just waiting on the rest of the group, and then we're going to head off somewhere.
Go see Positano and Amalfi and
Ravello. So we just grabbed a bite to eat at the hotel, and now here we
I
are.
cracked a raw egg on my plate. It's a bowl of eggs that appear to be boiled eggs on a thing. And the guy next to me, we both assumed the same thing, so I just picked one up, you know?
And his was still cooking while we were leaving. So
yeah.
you made the right call there.
Yeah, it was going to take forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I cracked it open to eat a boiled egg, and raw egg spilled all over my plate. I was like, oh.
That's why you just stick to 3 croissants like I did.
Yeah.
One was chocolate, and it was delicious.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, that was my dessert breakfast.
Nice.
Breakfast
Let's
dessert.
have that tomorrow.
So anyway,
Anyway.
we'll check back in when we know more of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Which is never.
Always ask about the eggs. Lesson today.
Okay, bye.
think some people are crazy, but I think there are some, like he was in the right lane, like, you know, this guy's just flying on the left lane. I was trying to 85 the whole time you're in the car with him. So I think, you know, actually I was able to drive 85 miles per hour, I did a conversion. So that was from Rome Airport to the city. There has to be some place to do that. Yeah, to see one now that I think about it. Parking garage and taxi. Yeah, it's just all it is, all the taxi. Oh, sorry, it was a private driver. Yeah. But for Rose, we had never so much involved. We had a train in and then had a retro, and the amount of money was worth to get here. And there were filming a movie over there, I guess. So there was they said the boat was 600,000 euro. And it's this little thing.
Capri right behind. Is there islands we saw this morning? Right behind. There's like three little peaks, and then behind that's the Isle of Capri.
Ciao. Take a look at that. We're actually videoing. Thank you, though. Our
It's
friends
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Positano.
Let's see.
Look at the color of that water.
Yeah. Hang on.
Jake, don't drop your
I
phone.
know.
No, wait. I'm showing the wrong thing. No, I'm not. Okay.
No, you did.
All right. Back on the bus.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Buonasera.
You can barely hear the bell still ringing.
Like 10 minutes, y'all.
Yeah, it's, let's see here. Yeah, 10 minutes. It's 7:10 right now. They started at 7 o'clock.
Long ass bills. I was just saying that.
And
Dear God, I hope like
really
the
loud.
mayor was getting married or something because that was a long ass time. We're at a little cafe. It's about 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. We just got back from our tour of the day, and we are having some beer.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm enjoying
How's your Peroni chill?
lemon. First of all, let me explain myself. As most of you know, I enjoy trying different beers, so I don't like to have the same one twice. Peroni is definitely Italian. We're in Sorrento, which is known for lemons. I kind of knew when I picked this up that it was going to be pretty awful. However, it's a little more awful than I was expecting.
What was your initial description of it?
Tastes like bathroom cleaner. You know that lemony fresh scent that you have? That's what it tastes like.
Followed by, it's really not that bad.
If you like shandies, and I know some people do, they might enjoy this. It would be refreshing on a summer day for you shandy people,
Yeah.
but not me. Would you like to tell us about your beer?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Show it. It's called, Echnusa? Anyway, there it is. Probably doesn't sound like a CH. It's probably Echnusa. Anyway, I had picked it up out of the cooler and like looked at it for a second and set it back down, and then I picked up one that I was more familiar with, which I don't even remember what it is now.
I think was it a Moretti?
Yeah, it was a Moretti.
It was one of those.
Yeah, it was one of those. And we got up to the counter, and the sweet little old man that works here, the signore, that's Italian, got it. He said, the one you had before is from Sardinia, and it's really good. And he just kind of mentioned it, you know. And I was like, really, should I try that one instead? And he was like, so I went and got it.
And we've seen this one. I saw this in the train station.
Oh, did you?
In Venice, and I was like, what is this? And I was really confused by this symbol on there. So
Which symbol?
the faces.
The faces? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there was something else.
Because there's a symbol here
on the
the
back
bottle.
of it that made me I don't know, there was something weird that I was like, where is this from? And I was just quickly looking
Yeah.
up. Anyway,
That's kind of how I got caught. It looked a
didn't
little
think-
Asian to me, and I was like,
the word does.
yeah,
And
I wasn't quite sure if it was.
it just didn't
from
seem Italian to me, so I
Italy, and-
quickly put it back down and grabbed something else and was on my way.
Yeah,
So-
I don't really speak Italian, so I looked at the back and I was like, is it from? I don't know. And so that's exactly what happened. I put it back. So I'm glad that I got it though. I kept the cap. And it's good. It's Jane described her first sip that it was very Caribbean, and I would agree with that. It's kind of like if Red Stripe were maltier. But I really like it. It's very, very drinkable. It's full flavored. It doesn't taste like bathroom cleaner at all. So
Great choice.
positive thing. So yeah, it's good.
What are we doing the rest of the night?
We're gonna go to dinner at this neat little place called, I think it's Il Gardenia di Tasso, and I believe that means the Garden of Tasso. That's the little old man over there. He gave us peanuts. He even, when we bought our beers, said, you can sit outside if you would like, because typically here, this is a good tip, traveler tip.
Ginger tip alert.
Ginger tip. Here in Italy, if you order a drink, or a coffee, a beer, anything, usually you drink it standing at the bar, or if it's a coffee, you have to drink it and leave the cup. But if it were a beer, we would take it and leave, and that's going to be 2 or 3 or 4 euros, somewhere in there. These were €3 each. But if you sit down, either inside or outside, there's a charge for that. So it's going to up the price of your beer by 2 or 3 euros. It's a €1.50 at minimum. Everything I've seen is a €1.50 minimum.
But also, eating inside is cheaper than eating outside. So if you go to a restaurant, they're going to charge you a little bit more for your cover to
Right.
sit outside.
Yeah, so for him to sell us the beers, chat with us, and then offer, you can sit outside if you would like. That was an extreme gesture. So here we are sitting, and then he came and brought us the peanuts. So he's very nice. And then he taught me how to say, I really like this in Italian, which I've already forgotten. But anywho, so artistic of you. So yeah, we're gonna have dinner at a really neat place where it looks like hopefully we'll get a table, one of these tables. I don't know how many there are, how those get divvied out, but it's like built into the wall, like a cement kind of cave thing, and then like an arch, and then there's a table underneath it, and it's all gardeny and viney, and so it looks really romantic. So Jane and I are gonna have a romantic dinner in a garden, hopefully. But the menu looked really good. We wanted some seafood. We're here in Sorrento, so we decided seafood. We had some amazing pizza today at lunch, so we already did the pizza. So that's dinner.
Anything else you want to talk with us about?
Well, on the tour, we went to we went to the Amalfi Coast, and we went to 3 different towns. We started in Positano, and then we went to Amalfi, the boss city, as our tour guide kept saying, and we ended in Ravello, and I was very surprised by how beautiful the views from Ravello are. So Ravello, and I really, really liked it there. We saw a few cats, so that was very exciting, and Jane took some pictures, and I really enjoyed the tour. It was a great day. It was very windy through that was kind of a whole thing, but I made it. What'd you think about the tour? Favorite part?
I enjoyed the tours. It was nice just to see a different part of the country, and they were nice. They were small. Of course, we just saw a small portion. We didn't even get to experience Amalfi really at all, because we just spent our hour and a half we had there having lunch, which is an ordeal here. When you're trying to have a meal, you're going to be there a while. So
I love that spot though. It was right in the sun. It was right on the beach.
yeah, we were
It's very
overlooking the beach, and the food was really good. The service was really good. What was it called? Something about a moon.
Silver moon.
Silver moon. It was really enjoyable, but I was really hoping for more cats in Ravello. Our tour guide really hyped it up, and it was kind of a letdown.
Yeah, I think I saw 3 cats. She made it seem like it was a city of cats.
Right.
Like,
right. Of
everywhere
music and cats.
Yeah,
And,
I didn't hear any music.
well, I think that it was because of those concerts they have there.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they did
set
have
up
a really neat.
They set up a concert that, like, for an orchestra overlooking this cliff with this amazing view. So
Yeah,
anyway.
they do some of them at 4 a.m. So
And Richard Wagner
that sounds pretty.
lived there. Lived there.
No, he was inspired.
No, he lived there too.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
There were like
Catch
streets
that.
named after him, and yeah, I think he lived there.
I
Sophia Loren was.
thought it was just inspiration, but I don't know.
Well, she listed off all those
Google
people
that.
living
Google
there.
that, everybody, and then you'll know for sure.
Yeah, because we're gonna move on and stop
Something
caring
about
about it.
Wagner and Ravello.
Anywho, I heard a lot of Adiamo. Let's go on that tour. She had another verbal quirk. Oh, it was like, let's get it on. Let's get on with it.
Let's get on.
Let's
Just
getting on.
I think it was let's get on.
Let's get on. It was her allora.
Yeah, it was.
It was her like, and now. We've heard allora a lot more, which makes me very happy every time. I've been told we tasted some olive oil in Ravello with lemon and orange, not together. And what else did we taste there? Oh, just their plain olive oils. And the girl that was working in the shop said allora a lot. So we laughed and we told her why we were laughing, obviously. But
We're not just being rude. It's a favorite word.
yeah, it's our favorite word. My favorite word. We actually just went down the way a bit ago and tried a bunch of limoncello and like lemon candies and pistachio cello. Don't know what you call it. Meloncello. And the cookies, and yeah, Katie had some sweet overload, so.
Yeah, man. And I like sweet stuff. I have a sweet tooth, and I was overloaded after just 3 or 4
There's
bites.
something about how sweet and tart that lemon stuff that is really overwhelming quickly.
Yeah, it was pretty overwhelming. So maybe I just wasn't in the space to enjoy it. You know, like who knows? Maybe my taste buds were in a salty space. You know, salty buds. Had salty buds.
Allora. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else to say.
Well, it's been a good day.
It's been a good day. We still need to update everyone on our Naples to Sorrento expedition, but
Yeah,
I guess we'll do that later.
we should do that drunk.
Well, little do you know, it might be happening later.
We might have found something and someplace to go later. So maybe we'll go do that. And then maybe we will come back and tell you about our adventures getting to Sorrento. It was an experience. Our tour guide today was very concerned for us when she found out how we got here. She's maybe horrified. Horrified might be the right word.
Very concerned about what we did.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel great.
Foreshadowing.
Okay,
All right.
to be continued.
To be continued. Oh, hey.
Sarah.
Welcome back.
So we wanted to sit down and have a chit chat about our experience arriving in Naples and getting to Sorrento.
Yeah.
This was something that we struggled with even in our planning phase. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to talk about what we learned, what we did, what we would suggest to others, and just the overall, like, how it went for us. So just a little more information. We left Venice about 3:30.
25.
And arrived in Naples, like the main terminal.
Naples train station.
Whatever the main one was.
Oh,
At-
there's probably more than one.
8:30. Yeah, it's
It was
5 hours.
supposed to be 8:30 on the nose, but the train was late, so it was
Right.
8:40.
So the options that we were aware of at the time were few. There was the Circumvesuviana train that would leave the Naples train station a different level. You had to go down a level, was our understanding. The Garibaldi, and take the train to Sorrento. That was about 30 stops. The other option was a taxi. The other option was hiring a private driver. We learned a fourth option on the train while we were on the train. There
like
is
10 minutes before the train was going to arrive in Naples. So, like,
our bad.
yeah.
I mean, it
Not our
wouldn't
bad.
have mattered anyway. But for your knowledge, the fourth option is there's a train, and I don't know what it's called, but there is a speedier option than the Circumvesuviana. It skips some of those 30 stops. I think there's only like 5 or 6 stops maybe.
I feel like that's right.
It's going to cut some time off. So the 30-ish stops took us about an hour and a half, which is the projected time.
Yeah.
So those are your options. Do you want to talk about when we arrived at Naples and what happened to us and the choices that we made? And then we can talk about
Sure.
our recommendations.
Yes.
About what we would suggest people to do.
So
let's talk about us.
Yeah, our plan and what we followed was to take the train. We pre-purchased our ticket from Venice to Naples online, which is cheaper to do that way. I think it was about $60 each, 55 euro, somewhere in there. Pretty sure, 55 euro actually. We already had those tickets, and our plan was to go from Venice to Naples, retrain. You can't pre-purchase tickets to the Circumvesuviana line. You have to get those at the station, and we knew that. So we got off the train, and there's another video that actually it happens live. Maybe you've seen it, maybe not. If not, go find it. It's funny.
Subscribe and go watch our other videos.
Yeah, subscribe. Go watch our shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway,
There's going to be cursing on these videos.
excellent. Yeah, we curse. Is that okay? Is it okay to curse?
Yes.
Okay. I curse.
This is not a family-friendly channel.
Great. No kids. Anyway, so there's another video. Go watch it. It happens live. But so we get off and we know that we need to go downstairs. We need to follow Garibaldi signs to get downstairs. And then once we're down, we need to follow signs for a Circumvesuviana, and then we need to buy tickets. We knew all of that. That's all we knew.
That's it.
So
We also knew that the times of these trains.
Yes.
We can't tell you where we found these because we dug one night for a long time and stumbled upon them.
Right.
We know that when we were arriving at 8:30, there were 3 trains left to Sorrento.
Yep.
It's like an 8:39, so
Yep.
we figured we'd miss that. And then we had 2 other options.
9:09 and 9:47.
So, there you go.
So we knew we're probably going to end up on the 9:09. Fail
Hopefully.
safe 9:47. There's still a last train. So we knew that information. Like she said, we dug down deep into the well of the Google months and months ago as we were planning the trip. We were still at home. So that's all that we knew. So we got there and we found Garibaldi's sign. Excellent. Followed it. Went down the escalator. And then we saw a Circumvesuviana sign with a straight arrow. And then there was another Garibaldi sign that had a down arrow. So in that moment, we're talking to each other, and I'm like, no, we need to go straight because it says this.
And it wasn't that we were worked up about it. We
Not at
thought
all.
we had time, so we were just discussing, well, there was this and there's that. And we
Jane's
don't
like,
know.
no, I think we need to go down because the sign
It
says
says
down.
Garibaldi.
Right.
And
So we're having this kind of moment, and
Yeah.
I'm recording it because we knew it would be a little chaotic.
Lori asked
So
for that.
We wanted to kind of just like record it. So I'm like pointing at the signs, and this incredibly amazing angel, Laura, she is witnessing it, and she just pops over to us, Italian, very little English, and she asks, where are you going? And we're like, we're trying to get to Sorrento. She said, yes, it's this way. You need to go this way. Great. Thank you
Katie
so
was
much.
right. We had to go to the Circumvesuviana.
Follow the Circumvesuviana line, go straight. But then she asked a very important question. She said, do you already have your tickets? And we're like, no, we were going to get them. She's like, ooh, I don't think you can buy your tickets after you walk past here.
you need to go back up and get them. And so she, because of her limited English, she knew that
we
she
asked
couldn't
where,
describe.
yeah, and she was like,
Yeah, so she's like, come with me. So we hop on the escalator. She takes us to the line. Jane gets in line with her.
at a tobacco shop.
Yeah.
Now, tobacco shops, to back up, we may have talked about this in Rome. We learned this in Rome, that to buy a bus ticket, you have to go to like a tobacco shop. And a tobacco shop is just like a convenience store. You buy candy, you buy cigarettes, you buy lottery tickets, you buy...
Day gum.
Day gum.
Day gum.
Ah. Some people will get that.
I hope so.
But that's where it was essentially the same thing. We had to buy the bus ticket, the train ticket at the tobacco shop. So
yeah. So she gets in line with her, and I'm thinking, oh, great. She also needs to be in this line, but she's just going to wait with Jane, and then Jane's going to get these tickets and all these things. Well, Jane comes back out to me. I stood with the luggage, and she has the 2 tickets, and she asks Laura her name, which is how we figured out her name was Laura, and I got a high five because that just made my day. And she goes on her way. And I find out later from Jane, I'm like, so... She just stood in line with Jane.
So she waited in line with me. We walked up and she immediately asked the person in line in front of us. All I heard was Circum Vesuviana, and that was the end of the conversation. So we waited in line and we got up to the window, and she did all the talking. Like to the person at the window, she said Circum Vesuviana, and basically, is this where we buy the tickets? And the lady said yes, and she said due, and I handed the girl the money, and Laura like was standing there waiting as the transaction was happening. And so we walked out together, and that's where we met back up with Katie. And that's when I was just like, what is your name? I'm so thankful for your help. And she was just the sweetest, most kind. Like, it was just the craziest thing.
She took, what did that take? A total of 7 minutes, maybe.
It
10
wasn't
max.
much time out of her day, but it meant a lot to us. And I was almost like, Naples, from what I've heard, is like the sketchy place. Like, I was expecting people in Naples to be like,
everything else about the experience was really sketchy.
not friendly, but she, like, out of nowhere, she appeared and helped us. And
telling you.
so it was such a great first part of the trip.
The universe just like placed her right there. Like the universe was like, Laura, you're going to be right here because there's going to be
Help
these
these
2
dumb
gingers
Americans
that don't really know what's going on, and you're just going to help them through it. So she did, and she made sure, she was like, make sure when you go through, all of this is in very broken English, but you need to get the ticket, and you need to get. Then we're like, punch it, like validate it, and she's like, but before
the gate,
before you know, I'm like the gate.
We were like, it's fine.
We
can handle it from here. Like,
yeah. So
bless
we do.
Laura wherever she is.
Wherever she may be.
Sending you
Safe
some
us.
love, Laura.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we go back down.
Yep.
And we
Get
follow
through the gate,
the Circum
validate the
Vesuviana, get through the gate, and we're standing there looking at another sign going, okay, there's nothing electronic down here. There's a sign with a lot of graffiti on it that's like, Train 3, Sorrento. And I hear this family kind of behind us. And I turn.
American family.
Yeah. And it's a man and his wife and 3 of their children. And I heard Sorrento, and they were the older son and the dad were kind of not arguing, but discussing. And I said, are you guys going to Sorrento? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, us too. And they're not carrying luggage or anything. So I thought maybe they know what the hell they're doing. So the son is like, it's 3. So we all go down, and we had a great conversation with this little family. As time passed, the platform filled up with more people.
We observed the crowd around us. We saw several trains come and go through these. There were 4 tracks. We're waiting on platform 3. So we saw several trains coming and going. Every train car is covered in graffiti. Like beautiful actually, really, it took a lot of time, it looked great. Cigarette butts all over the tracks, and the quality of people were, I don't know, just rougher. They were like, I've never been to New York City, but it's what my Midwestern idea of what being in the subway in New York City might be like.
But I didn't feel scared of these people. Again, we were together. Had I been by myself, I would have probably done this differently. But I didn't
feel physically scared, but I felt that because it was very obvious that we were tourists.
We
that
were
we probably
some
had
of the only people that had bags and stuff with us.
We probably had a lot of money on us.
Yeah.
It was very obvious.
We would have been easy targets.
We would have been easy targets. Yeah. It would have taken a shank and a mean word, and we would have just started throwing
Here, take
valuable
my
things at
passport.
them.
So the train arrives.
Not the passport, but
And
like the cash.
We get on, and immediately, like, chaos. Like, we knew this was like an 1.5-hour ride, and we're like, we're not getting a seat. Sure enough, no seats.
Full train.
And we're standing in the middle of this train, holding our luggage. Like, I've got everything in my sight. I'm watching Katie. I'm watching my stuff. And as we make stop after stop, the train, like, slowly empties. So we eventually got a seat. And then as we keep going, the train empties and empties and empties to where we're we were going to the last stop. We were going to Sorrento, like 29 or 30 stops away.
A lot of stops.
We got off in Sorrento and found our hotel, and it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, we have reassessed our decision to do that.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? It only cost €4.90 to get from Naples to Sorrento in an 1.5 hours. So honestly, a
private driver would be like €100 at least.
Oh, at least.
Yeah. So today on our tour guide, really sweet lady, we actually ended up at the same gelato place as her in Ravello, I think. Mm-hmm. And we were chatting with her, and so of course they asked, where have you been? What are you doing? La la la. So she asked how we got to Sorrento, and we told her. And she seemed extremely concerned about that decision.
You took the Circumvensuviana line?
At what time?
At what time? We said
late
at night, like 9:09.
It was definitely
the train we
after
thought.
9. We arrived here in Sorrento around 10:30.
Is it safer during the day? She was like, no. She said, you got really lucky. There are gypsies. They will come by. They will take your things. Like, she was very concerned. So
yeah.
She said she did. She was like, someone must have been watching
you.
over you.
So for our friends,
that being said,
that maybe looking for an answer to this question that we had, it depends on there are a lot of depends on.
Yeah.
How much luggage do you have, first of all?
Yeah.
If you are just toting yourself between Sorrento and Naples, no luggage, whatever.
Small backpack.
Do it. And you're like trying to travel on a budget, it was fine.
Yeah.
Especially if you
maybe
were
not
with
alone.
Other people. Yeah,
I wouldn't
that's
do it
what
alone.
I mean. If you're with people, if you've got luggage and it's late it's late,
I would research the express one more.
Well, and it stopped running at 6 something.
Yeah, I feel like 6:09 was we just glanced at that schedule, but I feel like it was
first of all, if you were staying anywhere outside of Sorrento, like along the Amalfi Coast, you have no other option. You have to take a driver, or to Sorrento and then get a driver. If you were staying in Sorrento, I think I would advise just get the car. I would.
I think that's a smart idea for almost everyone else that I know. I think that we handled it well. I think that we got through it, and I think we're pretty snappy. So I think we just dealt with it, but I think it would make most people pretty uncomfortable, and it's not the same as like culturally, because we're in Italy, so everyone speaks Italian. You know, like they probably speak some English,
and most of these people are just commuters.
Yeah, here you can't just like smile at someone and get a smile back. Like
Katie's
I was
having
being
issues.
glared at by everyone on that train, and it just like hurt my little Midwestern heart a lot. But I was trying really hard not to smile at them, but it didn't work at all. So there I was, being the giddy.
I turned on the resting bitch face that you all know and love, and I had no problems.
Yeah, so it was kind of disappointing and sad, and
it was definitely an interesting
cultural
experience,
difference.
and we laughed at ourselves just from the experience. We've had like some really interesting experiences in different perspectives. Like, I looked at Katie at one point and I was like, do you remember what we did yesterday? We were shopping at Prada and having 25 euro cocktails at the Greedy Palace, and now we're on the drug train.
18 hours before that. And then 18 hours later, we're afraid we're going to get shanked for our
But that's a trip
gold
with
necklace.
the two of us.
You know?
So
that's what happened.
Anyway, moral of the story, we had an amazing experience in Naples, which I was not expecting. We had, God bless you, Laura.
Laura.
Circum
Yes.
Vesuviana. Talk to me. If this is what you want to do, if Naples to Sorrento is on your list, let's talk so I can find out your needs and wants, and I will recommend.
I would love to hear
an
other
option.
experiences too.
Yeah.
There may be other people that take this train more often that think maybe our perception of it is a little extreme.
Well, also, we plan to do this again in 2 days.
After all that,
We're taking this train back to Pompeii, which is halfway-ish.
a little more
During
than
the day, like morning.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be commuter time?
What time? 8:52. Right?
Mm-hmm.
8:52.
So we may have a different experience entirely. I don't know. But
We'll let you know.
if you have this, contact me. I might have contact info below. Not sure how this is going to work. We're new at
Down
this.
there? What's down there?
Give us some comments below.
Where is it?
All these people talk about comments
Don't
below.
it.
Give us some comments below.
Is it
And
below?
like our video and subscribe. I don't know. I don't YouTube. That's what they
She
say.
had to teach me. Well,
We had a YouTube lesson a little bit ago.
We
'cause
did.
I love
she's
YouTube.
like, this is how you look at subscribers, and then like there's things called playlists, and then like they can sort things. I'm like, what? I had a whole lesson. It was really helpful though.
Yeah.
That was
So-
when we were looking up the bidets.
Right. But again, interesting experience. One that is very memorable. Looking back on it, I'm glad we're alive, and I'm glad we did.
So glad we're alive.
But I might steer other people in a different direction. But it depends on
Yeah.
who you are.
Depends on who you are.
That's why I said, just talk to me, and I will
Sure.
tell you the right situation for you. Anyway,
like I would never put my mom on that train ever.
I wouldn't put my mom on that
No,
train.
that would not be from mom.
I don't know.
But
if
my
any-
friend Erica, she's kind of a badass. She probably hold her own. So shout out to Erica. I think you're a
Lori?
badass.
Get the car.
Get the car, Lori. Lori, get the car.
Linda? Let Lori get the car.
Just get the car.
Whoever's in charge of this decision.
Not drive a car, like
No.
hire a car.
that car.
or a taxi. You know, just
Yeah. Okay, we've been rambling
Anyway.
for almost 20 minutes
Yeah,
about this.
18 minutes,
But we
42 seconds.
keep saying, we're going to talk about this. We want to talk about it. So
there you are.
go watch the other video. Hope you enjoy it. And
I want to go watch that video right now.
We're gonna go
We're
watch
gonna go
that
do
video.
that right now. We haven't seen it yet.
we'll catch you soon.